Okay, I think we have had a few sessions, couple of sessions before.
Yes, ma'am. We had like 3 or 4 sections before this.
Okay. All right. Our topic for the day is significant moments in history. Correct.
Okay.
So before that we have two situations here to extempores. First is, should students learn how to code from a young age? And second is, anyone can be a millionaire if they work hard enough.
Okay,
Which
ma'am. I didn't listen the second topic. Can you please explain me?
anyone can be a millionaire if they work hard enough.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Which one do you want?
So, ma'am, I will go with the first topic. Like, what if everyone should learn
How?
coding, like program?
Mm,
Yes,
from a
ma'am.
young age.
So, yes, ma'am. Ma'am, one more thing. Can I close my door? It is actually like keep banging on. Sure. Thank you. Thank you, ma'am. So, ma'am, according to me, everyone should learn like programming first, in their very early stage in their life. Because programming is something. It is not only writing codes it is not only a different language to learn like apart from your native language like English, France, or something like that. It is actually something you have to use your brain logically while programming, while coding. You have to think you have given a problem and you have to find a solution.
Hmm.
So, and that solution is not only just you just have to give any kind of solution, because any problem has multiple types of solution. So it only like play with that solution. That solution should be so much efficient or so much simple in a way, so that we don't have to like waste our time or waste our resources to having that solution. So let me take one example that if I am living in my hostel and I have to leave for my college to everyday classes. So there are multiple ways, multiple road path I can take in my day-to-day life. But the thing is that I don't usually take those paths which are longer. I which are actually shorter, which actually can help me to save my time, save my like effort in reaching that destination.
Hmm.
So that is only matter that we have to choose that path, that solution only that actually help the client solve that problem in a shorter period of time with less effort. So these things actually plays a very much important role while you are programming. So that's why programming is not only for technical world. It is actually give you a lesson for the real life, we can say. So that point of view only, for that point of view only, everyone should learn how to code, how to think logically. Yeah, that's why I kind of agree to this topic.
Okay. All right. It was a very good extempore actually. Just one thing. Sometimes you do tend to use to as filler, not filler. I would say just whenever you want to say that is why or reason being or so because of that you replace that with to. So try to avoid that. Yeah. So whenever you're
Okay.
transitioning, there are
Sure,
different
ma'am.
English languages also, right? Hmm. So coming to our
Okay.
main topic for the day, that is significant moments in history. So are you keen to know about or curious about different historical moments, and do you try to learn about them?
Yes, ma'am. Like in my while I was studying in my class 7th or 8th, I was not that much fond of learning history, knowing history. But recently, yes, recently I have been exposed to this world of history by some like influential YouTubers. Then only I got that curiosity about learning history. So yeah, I can definitely say that in the beginning of my life, I like don't didn't like the like learning or knowing history. But recently only I can say history is actually becoming is actually fascinating me a lot. And yes, I know like I know the World War One, World War Two kind of event, and I like really like to know about those events. And like French Revolution, India, there are a lot of Indian Revolution, like 1947 freedom. Uh, that period, that period is actually uh, um, key moment for our history or turning moment, turning point for being an Indian. So these historical moments actually fascinates me a lot. So yeah, I know these kinds of events.
Oh, okay. So would you like to elaborate about one moment, like you said, no, that this is a key moment or a significant moment in history. So you mentioned about different types of revolutions as well. So, uh, can you, pick any one and tell me as to why you think it is significant?
Sorry, ma'am, I didn't hear you.
If you have any network issues, just switch off your video. That is not a problem. So that, you can hear me better at least.
Okay, fine. Okay, ma'am.
Yeah.
Yes.
So what I
Uh,
was saying is
mhm,
that you just mentioned that there are different key moments in different things that happened in the world, correct?
mhm.
So
Yes, ma'am.
pick any one of those and tell me why you think it was a key moment for that country or that region, and why do you think it was was a key moment?
So, ma'am, what I know much about like World War One, so I would definitely like to like tell about means uh, explain
Tell
about
about.
this World War One. So
Mhm.
basically, ma'am, World War, as we know that World War One is the war actually known. War was actually so big and it was quite that much impactful in our history. That's why it is called as the War of Worlds. So it is actually, I can say, the biggest war that biggest one, and obviously the Second World War also happened. That is known as Second World War. So these two wars are so much so big in our mankind histories. That's why we give them a special name, that is World of Wars, War of Worlds. So the first World War is actually was actually happened in 1940, 14, yeah, 14,
Mhm.
and it consisted for 2 years, like 19 to like 3 to 4 year, I guess, 14 to 18.
It went on
So
for 3 to 4 years.
yes, ma'am. So in this war, what actually happened that there is a power called Axis power, and second power is superpower. So it was from the beginning. It was starting. It was between Germany and Germany and France, I guess. Yeah, Germany and France. But later on, it was actually grown, and there are there are different kinds of different powers. I can say different country who are actually have to involve in this war. Like in one side there is Russia, Germany, and Spain, and the other team they have like USA, France. So there are other lots of countries. So the main motive was actually why the World War One actually started is just because Hitler of Nazi Germany wanted to uh, capture their neighboring countries and capture the neighboring lands so that they can grow like bigger.
Hmm.
They have that land power, they have that manpower, they have that resources as much as possible. Because Germany back then was what, uh, in the point of view, land point of view, Germany was quite smaller that time. But I can definitely say um, in the end, towards the end of World War One, Germany become twice or thrice bigger than its original size. So
Hmm.
this was actually the main motto of Hitler, that Germany should be the one and only superpower in the whole world.
Hmm.
So this was though that mindset. This mindset is actually known as what can I say? The uh, authoritarian mindset, something like that. So
Hmm.
these things actually make Hitler so much corrupt that he actually started a whole war against
Hmm.
against the countries.
Right.
So that's why this way the World War One started. Then after some time, the World War actually ended. Then after 1 year only, the Second World War started actually. The same thing, due to that reason only, Germany was defeated in the First World War, but as a simple state of mind of any defeated country, that if I am just take example of Pakistan. Pakistan has been like defeated for 3 times,
Hmm.
and China is actually defeated by India 1 time. But
Hmm.
still, they are planning to attack India. So this is actually a mindset of a defeated country in any war, that he has to won against that country, that country actually defeated him. So
Right.
due to this mindset only, the World War Two also started again. Then it is actually finally World War Two actually ended by USA by dropping that iconic nuclear bomb on Hiroshima, Nagasaki.
Hmm.
So that end was actually not really good. It was horrifying. If I started to going into that point of time of history, historian, as the historian said, as the people of Japan uh, try to stay in this time. Like I have watched like 2 to 3 documentaries. So in those documentaries, the way they are explaining those scenario was quite hard, like devastating, I can say.
Hmm.
So at least the ending was really bad. Ending was shocking for the whole world. So, but in this way, the World War Two actually ended.
Right.
So that's why these two lots of new thing actually tried in these two event. New thing means in case you can talk about the technologies that army uh, till date using, like there it is actually quite surprising that those times technology also the army is actually using those World War One and two times technology. So uh, in back that time, there are a lot of R&D was going on, and some technologies that are ahead from that time are being actually used. So those are the time that many lot of new things are actually experimented. So yeah, that's why accounting all those points, these two wars actually become that great wars in our whole mankind. So that's why, yeah,
Okay.
these are the things.
All right, Seetam, you explained it quite well. Okay, I really like the entire narration, how you structured it, the whole thing. It was, very, very nice. Um, Now, I want you to, like, but one thing that I would like to add here is you deviated a little bit from the question. Okay. Now that is completely fine, like it is not okay when you are in a public setting, but here we'll just see how we can improve that. Okay, why
Okay.
why you deviated from the question? Because the question asked that, pick any moment in history and why you think it was a significant moment. Okay, so here
Okay.
you could have explained the whole thing, no problem at all in it. You could have explained the whole thing, but a very important point was missing, which was what is your opinion and why do you think this was a significant moment. Correct? So
Yes, ma'am.
that was nowhere to be seen in the answer. So now I want you to, just take a moment to, put everything together. If you want, that's okay, and try to give me an answer to this as to why you think it played a significant moment. It played the
Okay.
role of a significant moment in history.
Yes, ma'am, sure. Uh, so basically, ma'am, World War One or World War Two, according to me, why it is quite a significant wars in our mankind's history is just because, as I said earlier, that in those wars only that there are lot of military technology uh, have experimented and executed. That's why till now we are till date we are using those technologies only.
Mhm.
So second one, I can say there are lots of mm, medical experimentation also happened. So and most importantly, why I think that these are only the biggest war in our mankind is that uh, this was actually that big war that mankind ever watched. Because as I explained, this was the only war that mankind ever felt how a nuclear bomb actually uh, affects when it actually dropped off.
Mhm.
And mankind know that how the post uh, war feel like after a great war. Like there are the economy is actually gone to uh, uh, gone to the very like benchmarks, lower benchmarks. I
Mhm.
can say there is no economy for any country. There is no lifestyle or there is no luxury for any country. The countries that actually involved in the wars, so these are the things that there is no financial thing that all over the place there are financial crisis. There is no all over the place there is also food crisis. So there is not you are not going to live a normal life once again after this kind of war. So these are it is like you gone back of the time like 40 years 50 years back. It's not like 40 years, you can say it is like a centuries back, like you become a caveman like your ancestor.
Correct.
After a war it is how actually felt after a big war or a great war.
Mm-hmm.
So it is actually this war actually give that feeling after it ended. So that's why I can see that I can say that that's why it is a it is a like significant mm, war in our mankind. That's why I can say. I just forgot the question one second, man.
No
But
problem. It's okay. You answered a lot better and you did answer the question. But if you compare the both, the one where you had to give your one where you have to give an example and explain, you were much more fluent. And the one where you had to give your opinion, there was a lot of fumbling that happened there. Right? Did you make that observation?
yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, so now this is something that you have to work towards. Okay, take different. I don't know if we discussed this practice before, but take different questions and try to give your opinions, because it is very important, no, that we should effectively put forward our thoughts. Now, whatever you said, it was content wise, it was completely answering the question, or you put forward also everything that you wanted to say, but it could have been more effective. right? For the fluency that you had in the first half of the answer, that was not there in the opinion part of your answer, correct? So we
Okay.
have to achieve that in this also. So for that, try to take different questions, talk about your personal opinion, because it is always easier to give an example, Sritam. Always remember that, because either heard about it, either you've explained it, or either you have experienced it. Okay, so it is always easy to give an example, but explanation is a bit tricky. So your examples always follow your explanation. If even from childhood, if you remember, in school also, they didn't tell you what the example is first. There was explanation, and then we follow it with, for example, blah blah blah, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So that is what we have to learn. So take different simple topics, like your topic can be explain your opinion on cultures of different culture in India. Explain your opinion on the challenges that Indians face because of this cultural change in every 10 or 20 kilometers. Like there's some sort of difference in culture. Anything. This is just something that came to my mind. But anything opinion oriented, it should be, your answer should be opinion oriented, and that is what your practice should revolve around. Okay?
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah.
Understood.
Okay. Good talking to you, Sritam. Bye bye.
Yeah, me too, ma'am. Thank you.